Good morning, students. This is Dr. Pallavi Gupta. As you know, I am teaching you healthcare law. The topic for the day is gross negligence of the doctors. I will discuss about the topic first, then the meaning and definition of the gross negligence, how gross negligence be interpreted, some occurrence of the gross negligences in some certain cases, and opinion of the judiciary regarding gross negligence. Regarding introduction of the gross negligence, it says that while to error is human, a hospital and medical profession interested with the treatment and often life of a patient who generally follow the advice of these professionals without question are expected to exercise great degree of care in discharge of their duty. The term ordinary negligence and gross negligence frequently appear in discussion of legal matters. Many people do not understand what is the differences between these two terms. Negligence is the failure to use the level of care and caution that an ordinary person would use in similar circumstances. It often involves a careless mistake or inattention that causes an injury. If a person fails to take the responsible precautions that any prudent person would take and their action cause someone else harm, their action would be considered negligent. Even if they did not intend to cause harm, still be legally responsible for damage caused. Gross negligence, on the other hand, is deliberate and reckless disregard to the safety and reasonable treatment of others. In both the cases, the fundamental disregard of the responsibility must directly cause harm to another person, another person's property, or both. Meaning thereby negligence is there are two type of negligence: ordinary negligence and gross negligence. And gross negligence is severe than in comparison to ordinary negligence, and it reckless. In gross negligence there is a rashness on the part of doctor, there is a reckless or there is a deliberate action with disregard to the safety and reasonable treatment of others. Meaning and definition of gross negligence. Gross negligence is usually defined as substantially and appreciably more unreasonable behavior than ordinary negligence. It is aggravated negligence that amount to an indifference to one's legal obligation with respect to the right of others. An example of gross negligence might be a surgeon performing an operation while drunk. There is a definition given in the West Legal Thesaurus is defined that gross negligence as the intentional failure to perform a manifest duty in reckless disregard of the consequences to the life of the property of another. It is aggravated carelessness conducted that is highly culpable, willful, and intentional conduct. Generally, cases of criminal negligence and culpable negligence are cases of gross negligence. The significance of a finding of gross negligence usually relates to the plaintiff or patient's damage. A plaintiff who proves that defendant or doctor was grossly negligent is generally entitled to additional damages, either punitive damages or what is something called enhanced compensatory damages, or we can say exemplary damages. How gross negligence be interpreted, or we can say there are several ways to define negligence. It is a deliberate act that is known to likely cause harm. It is a conduct so reckless it would be obvious to the average person. conscience and voluntary disregard to the for the reasonable care of a patient, and action that cause foreseeable grave injury or harm to the patient. In other words, a person guilty of gross negligence usually knows the recklessness of the nature of his conduct. Therefore, in gross negligence, element of mens rea involved, there is very high degree of recklessness, rash and negligent conduct involved. Meaning, thereby, when a case involve in the uh, when a case come to the court and to to establish the gross negligence on the part of doctor, these are the points which it has to be considered, that is a deliberate act, and voluntary disregard to the reasonable care of a patient, and that is what, and doctor can foresee there will be injury to the patient. In that case, doctor may be held liable for that. If you see this picture, there is a seizure in the which is left by the doctor during the operation in the body of patient. You can see here the same picture you can see here. So there are the occurrence of gross negligence, some circumstances. A person commits gross negligence when doctor deliberately act in a way that is known or should be known to likely cause harm. Gross negligence is more serious failure. In the medical field, the behavior of medical professional would need to be clearly below the standard of accepted medical practice with disregard for well-being of the patient. An example might be a doctor who leaves a surgical instrument inside a patient or perform injury on the wrong organ, limb or body part. This is a clear case of gross negligence on the part of doctor. Now we'll discuss the opinion of judiciary regarding gross negligence, as nowadays many states are not opting the offense of gross negligence, but in some state there is still the offense of gross negligence is going on. Judiciary in India, judiciary is uh, also reluctant not to go for gross negligence to hold doctor liable, as in the case of and we can discuss the gross negligence under the criminal law as well as civil law. The doctor were held liable criminally under section 304A. By mistake I have written here 3304. It is 304A for rash and negligent act, 304A of Indian Penal Code. In the case of Ram Nivas, was held liable in the case in the for criminally in for rash and negligent act. By mistake I have written here 3304A, but it is 304A. In the case of Ram Nivas versus State of Uttar Pradesh, doctor were held liable criminally under 304A for rash and negligent act. I means the doctor was were liable for the punishment, imprisonment as well as fine. And in the case of that is a recent case, that is the Ashok versus State of Maharashtra. In this case, doctor was alleged to for the negligent act and should be held liable criminally. But here in this case, Supreme Court held that being alarmed by the tendency of unhappy family members, perhaps irked by the untimely death of their near relatives, filed complaint of gross medical negligence against the medical professional. making reckless allegation. Honorable Apex Court issued directions to be followed before registration of crime for gross medical negligence against the medical professional. Honorable Apex Court also analyzed the concept of gross medical negligence and explained what it takes to bring the case within the parameters of Section 304A of the Indian Penal Code. Speaking about what amounts to gross medical negligence, the Apex Court held that negligence in the context of medical profession necessarily falls for treatment with differences, and it said that that is to infer rashness and negligence on the part of a professional, in particular a doctor. Additional consideration applied. It further held that the case of occupational negligence is different from one of professional negligence in the sense that a simple lack of care, an error of judgment, or accident is not a proof of negligence so long as the doctor follows a practice acceptable to medical profession of the day. Until then, a doctor cannot be held liable for negligence merely because a better alternative course or method of treatment was also available. It also held that just because a more skilled doctor it was also held that just because a more skilled doctor would have chosen a particular course of treatment and doctor accused has not done so, it would not amount to a professional medical negligence so as to attract the provision of Section 304A of the Indian Penal Code. While judging the alleged gross negligence, standard of common man has to be applied and held doctor is not liable for gross negligence. Meaning thereby, if anyone make a complaint against the doctor for gross negligence and want to held liable criminally, judiciary takes few or lot of consideration not to hold doctor liable criminal. And it regarding this apex code, that there is a standard of taking care, reasonable care, use of skill and knowledge. If doctor is below, then only then the doctor be held liable. Regarding regarding gross negligence under civil law, we'll discuss some case law, that is the Spring Meadows Hospital versus Arjun Aluwalia, and second I will discuss Poonam Verma versus Ashwin Patel. These are the case that is a very important case law to understand regarding gross negligence. In this case, although a doctor was held liable for the gross negligence in this case. In Spring Meadows case, here what happened, a child was brought to the hospital with the complaint, some complaint, and drug was given, was in the form of injection by the nurse, and after taking this injection, the child was died. He was not died, he was just went in coma. And after that, the child was admitted in other hospitals, and again this child was admitted in the same hospital, but the child was left in vegetative state for whole life. Here the case was filed against the doctor. The Supreme Court held that the gross medical mistake will always result in a finding of negligence. Use of wrong drug or wrong gas during the course of anesthetic will frequently lead to the imposition of liability and in some situation even the principle of res ipsa loquitur can be applied. Even delegation of responsibility to another may amount to negligence in certain circumstances A consultant could be negligent where he delegates the responsibility to his junior with the knowledge that the junior was incapable of performing of his duties properly. Here I have taken three pictures. In the one picture, it is shows that the patient was left in vegetative state after giving the injection, and in the lap of the this mother parent of the child, the nurses has given the injection that were considered as an overdose of the injection or the wrong injection, and it was it the patient went in coma, and the people and the parents of the child was in agreed position. So here in this case, the doctor was held liable for negligence, and the compensation was given accordingly, accordingly for the maintenance of the child as well, and for the harassment of the parents as well. The Poonam Verma versus Sachin Patel case, in this case also, what happened? The husband of the Poonam Verma was admitted in the hospital with the complaint of fever, and doctor has given them allopathic drug for viral fever. After that, for typhoid fever, uh, and the condition of the mm, mm, husband of Poonam Verma was deteriorated, and he shifted to another hospital, and the another office and the second hospital where he died. Here, the complaint was made by Poonam Verma against the doctor was that he was not qualified doctor, and he has given wrong treatment. Uh, he was initially treated for the viral fever, and after subsequently for typhoid fever, without confirming the diagnosis of the blood test or urine examination. It was also set out that the doctor was not qualified or even authorized to practice in allopathic system of medicine, because he was registered under the homeopathic medicine system. He prescribed allopathic drugs, and therefore his lack of experience in allopathic system of medicine was responsible for deficiency in the treatment administered by him. The case was filed under the consumer law. The Supreme Court said negligence has many manifestations. It may be active negligence, collateral negligence, comparative negligence, concurrent negligence, continued negligence, criminal negligence, gross negligence, hazardous negligence, active and passive negligence, willful or reckless negligence, or negligence per se. Negligence per se as a conduct, whether of action or omission, which may be declared and treated as negligence without any argument or proof as to particular surrounding circumstances, either because it is in a violation of a statute or valid municipal ordinance, or because it is so palpably opposed to the dictates of common prudence that it can be said without hesitation or doubt that no careful person would have been guilty of it. As a general rule, the violation of a public duty enjoined by law for protection of person or property so constitute. Therefore, a person who does not have knowledge of a particular system of medicine but practice in that system is a quack, and a mere pretended to medical knowledge or skill, or to put it differently, a charlatan, means it is a fraud. Whether a person is guilty of negligence per se, no further proof is needed. But we are of the positive opinion that the other doctor having practiced in allopathic without being qualified in that system was guilty of negligence per se, and therefore the appeal against him has to be allowed in consonance with the maxim sic uter tu et alienum not locede. meaning thereby a person is held liable at law for consequences of his negligence. So, in this case, it was held that the doctor was liable for gross negligence as he was not registered under the under the Medical Council of India for the allopathic. He was registered only for the homeopathy, but he has given the allopathic drug and he has not taken examination and all and the test, and he has treated for first viral fever, then typhoid without examinations. It is a case of negligence per se, and when the case is of negligence per se, there is no proof to for further, and doctor be held liable for this kind of negligence. So here this picture shows that the patient was died due to the negligence of doctor. The next topic for the discussion will be wrongful diagnosis.